Hello, hello. It's a little bright. Little bright. There we go. It looks a lot better now. Yeah. How's everybody's a Wednesday? Is it going well? Is it going well? Is it going good? What y'all doing today? On a Wednesday? Nothing? There we go. Did you ever get a chance to test the Monoprice THX AAA 788? That's a mouthful. Amp DAC before it was discontinued. I did have a Monoprice THX. No, I didn't. I had an SMSL THX, and then I had a drop THX. They're both good. I mean, I'm not like a huge THX fan. I like a little bit of personality, but they were good. I think the soundstage wasn't as like wide as a lot of other amps, like MT602, super wide soundstage, probably because of the tubes. And then I like the Geshelli Labs amps. What's up, Steve Zeidman? All right, we got Dustin H. What's up? Brian Simmons. Hello, Brian. Cody Hawthorne says howdy. Howdy right back at you. Adam Smith. Hey. Kay Money. Hi. I have a Lear 2 I prefer, but my Hyphemans tend to run out of power with it. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I can't remember how many watts the THX was. I ended up giving one of my THX away. Todd Trowbridge, what up? Cody Hawthorne. Use the FIO Q3 THX for headphones. Hello from Knoxville. Hey, Thomas Watcher. I don't know if there is a licensing agreement with THX, but I do know that SMSL came out with the SH8, and on paper the specs were really similar to the SMSL THX amp. And actually the SH8, I think on paper had better specs. I don't know. Hey, Louie. Ooh, got a whole bunch of. You should some DAP reviews, man. I don't think anybody would watch those. THX is owned by Razer now. Interesting. Hey, we got 95 people in here, 9 likes. Let's count it down. Let's see how many likes we can get in the next 10 seconds. Ready? All right. 10, 9, 8, 7. Like the video. 8. I think it went from 7 back to 8. 8, 7. Like the video. 6. Like the live stream. 5, 4. Like the live stream. 3. Like the live stream. 2. Like the live stream. 1. Like the live stream. 55. 55. I thought we'd do better than that, but that's okay. What's up, Cheapo? What's up, Omar? With all the high prices on everything, we need you to be the cheapest audio man. That's all we can afford nowadays. Colin, it doesn't matter what I do. Someone's going to complain about it. If I do cheap stuff, then people say it's garbage. If I do expensive stuff, people say I'm not the cheap audio man. When I do cheap stuff and it's gone up in price, people complain that it's gone up in price. I can't win. Ever win. I can't win. Hey, Kevin. Kevin Gardner's in the house. Mad Mexican. Hey, cheap man. Adam Smith says, nah, hi-fi only. Okay. Greetings from Germany. What up, Magic29? My HE4XX took a dump. Any recommendation under 250 or so that might be a little bit darker? 4XX was a little bright for me. Well, if you don't care about a dynamic driver, the Meze 99 Classic might be up your alley. What else? Trying to think something's a little more relaxed. Let me see here. What do I have? 6XX Sennheiser, of course. It's very popular. I think that's about $200. Yeah. 6XX or the Meze. Randy, why don't all speaker manufacturers send their speakers out the door already burned in? I don't know, man. That's a good question. I remember ranting about it one time where someone says, yeah, they need 150 hours of burn in. And I was like, shame on you. If they need 150 hours of burn in, you need to set up some type of final production thing where there's, burned in for at least 24 hours before they go out the door. I agree. I think it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I do prefer planar, but I think the only darker options are really the Odyssey and are out of budget. Yeah. I'll tell you what, if Monoprice still has it, I believe it's these. Wow, you can tell I haven't used these for a while. I think these are the Monoprice. Let's see. What do they have? The M570. I think this is the M565. I modded these a bit, but their stock sound signature is pretty warm. So yeah. Modhouse Argon are wicked good. I get it, but man, like, good luck. You can't just buy those, right? I mean, there's like a 3-month waiting period, right? Nathan, what mods did I do? Actually, I brightened them up, so I don't know if you'd want to do it. So this is the way that they are. All right. I don't know if you can see that. All right. So this is Velcro. So I had to take an ear pad and then kind of adhere some Velcro to it. And then the stock driver was actually kind of covering up. The stock ear pad was covering up kind of the edges, and it really made it warm sounding. So I just changed out this, but I wanted them brighter, more analytical, but that's what I did. Yeah, and they go on sale quite low. It's less expensive. I don't know if they still make them though. I think they might. Ooh, lots of stuff coming in. V-Moda has some pretty warm headphones without being way too expensive. V-Moda, man, that's a marketing. Like, I bought into a whole bunch of V-Moda stuff. I own 3 of them. Hey, Kevin Gardner, $5. Thanks for the super chat, my man. V-Moda, like, their big thing was, Bluetooth headphones sound as good as regular, and it just wasn't the case. And really, even there's stuff that had an AAC and aptX codecs were quite a bit more expensive. So those are like $350. And then one of them was so bumped in the bass that it completely covered up any mid-range clarity. So I had a love affair with V-Moda from the beginning. And then they got sold. They got sold to, I think, a music company that like manufactures instruments, I think. And they used to have like a lifetime warranty, and then they used to have like a trade-up warranty or a trade-up program. That all went away. So I kind of ended my love affair with V-Moda. All right, I missed a whole bunch. We got a super chat by Kevin Gardner, though. $5. It looks like a video game remote jumping up and down. I love it. Hey, Randy, I just picked up the IEMA T9. Fantastic. Do you know if the Sparko op amps will fit inside? I do not know because I haven't cracked mine open. I don't know. I know that's a different amp chip, and I don't know what the op amp situation is like inside. Hey, Brian. Kent Daigle said it will fit. There you go. Will you be doing a comparison of Dayton Audio B6 52 Air versus Monoprice? No, but that sounds like a fun one. I haven't. I don't have that lined up. Randy Bahina, my system is Kenwood Audio video amp from 80s instead of Emotiva B1 Plus using an iPhone 12 through RCA. Very cool. Shoot model 6030. Just picked up the SVS Prime Pinnacles. Love them. Ooh, I want to get those in. I talked to Nick at SVS at Expona. I need to call him again. Okay, now that you acknowledged me, I gotta go. Thanks. Oh, all right, Brian. Hey, Billy Winsock, just hello, mate, from UK land. What up, Billy? Hope you're feeling well, man. Hope you're healthy. Hope everything's going well for you, Billy. My friend from the UK, Billy, one of my patrons, longtime patron, Billy. You're the best. Where's the guy in the pink polo? Actually, the pink polo's in here. It's in the chair. Here, let's see if you can see the pink polo. There it is, right there. It's a pink polo. Mm-hmm. SVS primes have some very harsh treble, says Jonas. I don't know, man. For an aluminum dome, I think they do a pretty good job. I've heard a few aluminum domes. SVS has been the best. You might want to play around with toe in, maybe. That dude is cool. I'm doing well, enjoying the high production value sponsor chats. Yeah, I had a good time. I had to learn how to clone myself into like sitting next to myself. Are you planning a review of the Audiolab 6008? That's up to Audiolab. We went back and forth. I talked to them. I emailed them. They had some ridiculous things I wanted to agree to about terms and how quickly I put it out. I told them that I'd like to have more time with it, and then crickets. I emailed them again. Crickets. Pink shirt guy had great. Yeah, Hank Follicle's got a nice set of hair. Is the Weem still your recommendation for budget streamers? Yes. My dad needs something for his vintage Yamaha and JBL L100 setup. Yes. Still is. Now, the one thing about the Weem is I think Amazon Music has done an update to their app. So Amazon Music is kind of wonky within the Weem app now. I would anticipate that Weem will come up with a firmware update and fix that. But it's not just the Weem; it's also in Blue Sound. So something's going wonky with Blue Sound and Weem with Amazon Music. What is the absolute cheapest DAC you can recommend? Cheapest? I don't know where'd it go. I had a I mean, people say that it's garbage from a measurement standpoint. I think this is about 12 or 15 bucks. And it's probably backwards. It's Prozor. People say it measures like crap, but like if you have this and you have like a vintage receiver and you just want to like optical out of your TV or something, 12 bucks sounds okay to me. I mean, it's not going to compete with like a Skit Modi or a Geshelli Labs J2 or an SMSL SU6, but I mean, it'll get you going digitally for headphones. DAC Tempotech. Scott Walters, Randy, please start doing some entry-level floor standing comparisons. I like to see talk about Emotiva T1 Plus and Klipsch R8000. Here's the problem with like I usually with tower speakers. Number one, I can't have a house full of tower speakers because I live here. Number two, generally people, I send stuff back. So I've pretty much every Emotiva tower that they have. Actually, I think every floor standard that they have, I've reviewed. I've done the RP 6000Fs. Nick Keller, $10 Canadian. Hey, Randy, has Arcam not reached out to you to review the newish SA series integrated amps? No. I think you will love them. Also glad you're reviewing more expensive gear. Great mix of reviews. Thanks, Nick. You're about the only one because every time I review something expensive, about 15 people jump in there. Anyway, I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh, floor standers. They're hugely huge. And then to have 3 or 4 pair of them in here, very difficult to get. So right now I have the Polk, the ES, the most affordable Polk ES. And then I also have the Wharfdale Diamond 12.3s. I have those in. And then I like to get the Prime. What is it? Pinnacle, whatever. Prime, yeah, SVS Prime Pinnacle. I would like to get those in. On the tower conversation, would you consider doing DIY Crichton towers? No, I think my time of DIY is over. For like the channel. I was just talking about designing my own thing with a buddy last night, one of my patrons. But as far as like doing it, I'll review a speaker if it's built, but I'm not going to build a DIY anymore. It's just, it takes up so much time. And it's just, yeah, it takes up a lot of time. I love them. I love DIY, but that's something I might do just for like me, something that I'm enjoying that I don't feel compelled to have a deadline on. You know what I mean? Because I mean, YouTube is fun, but it's still with deadlines and stuff. I want to do something that I enjoy without a deadline. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah. I personally enjoy your reviews no matter the price. Thank you, Greg. Hey now, Trail Doggy. What up? If I want the biggest sweet spot possible in choosing speakers, what's more important, soundstage or imaging? I'm not always in the same spot when listening to music. The most important thing for you would be a wide dispersion. So generally something with a bigger waveguide. Concentric drivers. Yeah. You may not get as like definitive of a center image, but it'll be larger, wider. That makes sense. You can also do that by simply not towing your speakers directly in at you, kind of towing them out a little bit. And then sometimes you'll get a wider sweet spot, depending upon the speaker, of course. All right, let's go back up. I'm sure I've missed some. Going to set up a Dolby Atmos setup at home. Planning to go with SVS Ultra bookshelves for primary. Very good choice. Ultra for center. All other speakers are SVS primes. Denon 47H plus bass X5. What subs should I use? Why don't you get yourself some SVS SB 1000 Pros or SBS Micro? Actually, I'm going to hook the Micro up. Those things are cool looking. Yeah, I mean, if you're going SVS, get the whole shebang. Reach out to them and see like if they'll give you a discount if you're buying the whole thing. They might. They just might. You ever heard of KEF LS50 Metas? I haven't heard the Metas. I heard the originals though. Cool. Hold on. I got to text the long guy. He's coming over. Cool. Covered up for a while, but I'll say hi. I don't know. All right, Sony SSCS5 and the SACS9 sub. I have the Sony. Okay, cool. Very cool. Right now I'm getting into DSP. Perfect marriage of both my profession and my hobby. Hit me up if you have any ideas. For DSP, I think mini DSP is probably like the de facto recommendation for a lot of stuff. I think Dayton Audio has a bunch of DSP stuff too. Pretty cool. Barry Pine, that's a 20-minute conversation by itself. Google is your friend. Oh, I don't know what Barry Pine said. Listen, there's a lot coming in. So if you guys, I'm not asking for money, but if you guys want me to read it, super chat. And I'll make sure I get to that one. Help support the channel. Rainy, I'm getting into, okay, I already read that one. You've done a few entry-level turntable reviews recently. Have you considered looking at the Audio-Technica LP3 as a high-value entry-level turntable? What hi-fi seems to have a pretty decent option of it? I've heard of it, but I'm probably not going to do it. And I'll tell you the reason why. My turntable videos really don't do well. Like a lot of people don't watch them. They do okay, but yeah, I'm considering. But the thing about a turntable is like there's so many variables. You have the cartridge, you have the tone arm, you have the motor, you have the phono preamp. You have so many different things, right? And so the closest thing that you can get to is from an apples to apples comparison is maybe two turntables that cost the same amount that have the same cartridge. That's as close as you're going to get. But then you have to have the same pressing of the record. And you need to make sure that that record they're both as clean as each other. I mean, you can kind of go back and forth, but the longer you haven't heard something compared to something else, then the harder it is. So turntables are cool, but a turntable review is really nothing more than, hey, it has this, 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 and this. This is what I think of two turntables on a microphone. There you go, a little Beck. So turntables are difficult, and people aren't beating down my doors to watch turntable reviews. If that makes sense. But I like them. I mean, I still have the project right back there. I got my Fluence. So I enjoy it. Makes sense. Didn't think of that. I will tell you this, though. I'm going to review that Metallica turntable because I'm going to buy it. I have two Technics 1200s, and they both sound different, even with the same cartridge. There you go. I mean, that's a perfect example right there. I have a vintage Heathkit stereo amp that can probably use a recap. Cool. The turntable fad has run its course. I don't know, man. I mean, if you look at sales of physical media, I talked to a guy that has a record store. $2. Brock Gerling. Thank you, Brock. Thank you very much. I talked to a guy that owns a record store, and he's like, recently he said they've taken a hit because I think of the overall economy, but he said like record sales have gone up consistently. I'll tell you the reason why I don't think it's run its course is because you can walk into Walmart and Target and go buy vinyl records now. Vinyl is the most accessible physical media format right now for non-audiophiles ever, except when I was in the 90s, because you get CDs there. But yeah, I don't think it's a fad. I'll guarantee you, like, if Walmart and Target couldn't make money off of it, they wouldn't be doing it. So the fact that they have like end caps that have turntables on there and vinyl records in the the electronic section, I think tells you something that people that don't care about music are selling vinyl records. So, and they probably put a heck of a lot of market research, because if someone's taking up real estate in a Walmart or Target, you better bet that they know what they're doing. So I don't think it's a fad, but I don't know. I mean, I like it. David H. Randy, please answer my question above. Thank you. Love you, Randy. David, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, brother. Here, I would like, if you have a question, super chat it in, like, put the question in the super chat. All right. So David H., I'm going to remember you, and I'm going to read Thomas. Hey, Randy, my Micah RB42 came in last in the shootout. I bought them 2 years ago. I absolutely fell in love with them. They're good. I'm not saying that they're like bad. I like the other ones better, but don't like take that as being that they're bad, because they're not. David H. I think, yeah, David H. Here we go. Hey, Randy, I have the Klipsch RP150M and looking at Basics TA1, new for around $500, or the Cambridge Audio AXR for $380 used. What would you? Oh, 100% the Emotiva. 100%. Actually, Brock had the other Cambridge. Wasn't for him. The Cambridge, like AX25s and 35s, I think are somewhat universally loved. And then when you go up, I think then people start to lose the, I don't know. The people that I've talked to haven't loved those higher end Cambridge or higher powered Cambridge. I'm on the CD bandwagon. I am too, Joseph. LS60 thoughts. Excited for it or meh? I don't know. Kef doesn't send me anything. I've never talked to anybody at Kef. They've never sent me anything. Any Kef stuff that I've done is I've purchased it, most at retail. I purchased the LS50s used, but the Q150s, Q350s, I bought them new. On sale, but new. How about $2 Forest? Have you checked out SVS outlet sale? It ends today. I haven't looked at what they have, but I've been in their outlet sales before for sure. Ordered a Fluence turntable because of your YouTube review. Very cool. Thank you. Hey Randy, do you get burnt out of listening music analytically to make the reviews? No. Are you enjoying music the same way you did before being the cheap audio man? Yes. Most of my music enjoyment that I do just like and I just want to kick back is through headphones because I have a family, right? So I can't just be like cranking stuff up at 10 o'clock at night. And then I do a lot of home theater TV watching in the evenings. But for music, it's through headphones. Geshelli Labs J2 and then the Archel 2.5 XL. And then it just depends for the headphones. A lot of it's been the Edition XS that I've been listening to quite a bit. So yeah, just played a couple of Garth Brooks Walmart releases. Very quiet vinyl, good sound. Yeah, Garth Brooks I think has like an exclusive with Walmart. It's pretty cool. This is an exclusive Walmart. The Master of Puppets. I think Led Zeppelin just came out with an exclusive Walmart. Yeah, Walmart's not a bad place to buy vinyl at all. What's your opinion on direct-to-consumer selling? I like to call it direct-to-customer selling. I hate the fact that we are called consumers. Like we're mindless automatons. Look at this. Look how cool that is. And it sounds really good. I was a little bit skeptical. I was skeptical that it wasn't going to sound good because it's green. But I did not need to be worried. It's one of the... Sounds great, actually. There's a question here that I really want to talk about. And it was direct to customer. Where did it go? What's your opinion on direct to consumer selling like Tecton, Bluecard, etc.? Does it somehow cheapen the product without a dealer vetting the product? No, quite the opposite. A dealer cares about one thing and one thing only, and that's making money, making their margin. Okay. I'm not saying dealers are bad, but a dealer's, their motivation is not to help somebody. I'll walk that back a bit. Their motivation is to make money. Anybody that sells through a traditionally distributed network has to put in margin for not only resellers, but also distributors in many cases, and sometimes even importers. So oftentimes, by the time something gets to a retail store, there is at least one, if not two, sometimes three markups on that product. Now, the flip side of that is that some direct-to-customer companies still make that. They just make more money, but they're selling at the same price. Here's the deal. Just look at history right now, okay? Look at the traditionally distributed brands, like the old school brands, okay? Let's look at Marantz. Let's look at Denon, Pioneer, Onkyo, Cambridge, NAD. I'm sure there's a bunch of other ones. They all are now owned under, a group of companies. So Lenbrook owns NAD, PSB. Yeah, Sound United owns Marantz and Denon. You have the Klipsch Group, which is actually Vox, which owns Pioneer and Onkyo now. And then all, Yamo, Klipsch, B&W is Sound United, Polk is Sound United, Martin Logan is Sound United. So you have all these, right? And so that's the traditional distribution, right? If these companies were doing so well through selling through traditional distributors or retailers, then they wouldn't have had to sold their company. Now, sometimes they sell it because, people want to make money. But there is no retailer out there that is vetting products. They may be vetting them to see which products they can make the most money off of, but no. Just my opinion, but no. I mean, if it's garbage, they're not going to sell it because it could negatively impact on them and they may lose a long-term customer. But I think that's the wrong way to think about it. Um, all the companies that are growing right now and making good stuff, direct to customer companies, Fluence, Schkit, Jashelli Labs, Emotiva, U-Turn. I mean, all the companies that really have high value stuff, it's all direct to customer. There's too many margin markups to think that we are going to get a decent deal on something. Even the project, like example. Sorry, I'm really going on about this. There, Joseph Chamberlain. What's your favorite music finds that you found since you started your channel that you have integrated into your critical listening? Mm. So stuff that I wouldn't normally listen to is like Nina Simone, Miles Davis. All right, I'm gonna come back to that. Um, yeah, probably that. But so this is the project E1. E is for everyone. That video actually went up today. This is the Fluence, okay? A similarly spec'd out U-Turn with the same cartridge, with a Q lever, with a phono preamp, still comes in like $60 cheaper. And $60, not $60 on like $1,000 product or $500, $60 on a $300 product. And that was with like Project is huge, right? So they have economies of scale, and their platter is plastic, which might not be a bad thing. But if you're comparing them side by side, I think most people would say that maybe in some circumstances the U-Turn's probably better built. Okay. So I'll stop that. But I have strong feelings about, and I don't want to like dismantle dealer networks, but I've been to a few dealers and I've not come away with thinking that they have my best interest at heart. They want to sell stuff. I don't blame them. They got to keep the lights on. Got to keep the doors open. I get it. But I'll put it to you this way. If they're not selling a certain brand, they're not going to be like, listen, you know what? This isn't the right product for you. You should go over to Walt's Hi-Fi down the street because he sells Riga or Project and I don't. See if they ever do that. If they do, then that's probably a retailer you want to talk to. Got the Sony SSCS5 per your glowing recommendation. Found them on sale for $100. Mind-bending quality for that price. Truly. Thank you so much for that recommendation you give. Helps a lot. Thank you, Patrick. That $10 helps me a lot. Yeah, I like the hey, Renato Castillo. Thanks for the deep dive. You're welcome, Renato Castillo. I just think it's the easy way to look at things is just look at the way, and I know not a lot of people probably understand or even are interested in like the business side of things, but just look at the way everything is going. And the way everything is going is traditional brands are all being purchased and put under large, corporations, really, sometimes publicly traded corporations. So all those brands we know are, just part of a bigger conglomerate. And it's not like they may keep some of the engineering staff or something, but I'm pretty sure the Pioneer VX305 and the new Onkyo, the 9-channel ones, I'm pretty sure those are probably identical on the inside. But I'm glad that Onkyo and Pioneer are still around. I love the Pioneer VX305. But the people that are actually making stuff with less compromises are the direct to customer companies. Sorry, got really excited. Greets from Holland. I drink more coffee since I watch your videos. Well, good for you, man. Greg Bartley, I've had some terrible experiences at dealers. Yeah. Now, some people have had terrible experiences with the direct to customer support. So TB Onkyo is not dead. Onkyo, the receiver side of Onkyo was actually spun off to Vox, which owns Clips Group, over a year ago, or about a year ago. So Onkyo is still alive and well. Onkyo Japan filed bankruptcy, but Onkyo, as we know it, still alive, still will be, and they're going to still make Onkyos. Fluent Signature Series bookshelf speakers are on sale on Amazon for $170. Do you still rate them as a great buy under $200? They're good. They're super neutral though, so don't expect like a bunch of excitement, a bunch of punchy bass and sparkly highs. Very neutral speaker. How'd you get out of your cage again? Zoo reference. I don't know. Check out any Kef speakers, Dustin H. Yes, Q150, Q350, LS50. I've done reviews on all of them. Is there anyone else besides Sherman Vega making proper 12-inch woofer speakers that hit low? That I don't know. I know Klipsch has some 12-inch speakers. Flying Plastic, $2. Any thoughts on Paradigm? Yeah, I did a Paradigm review. Very good. I can't remember the name of it. It was about $200 or $300, maybe 200. Aluminum dome tweeter, very good integration. Aluminum dome tweeter can get a little bit fatiguing at higher volumes. Jamie Hill, $10. I have Crichton 1TDXs with the superior crossovers. I haven't heard any other speakers. Would it be a waste of time to demo something else? Can I get any better in that 1K to 2K price range? You can get different, very different, because the 1TDX, which I built a couple pairs of those, extraordinary amounts of bass, extraordinary amounts of bass clarity. The top end, though, is going to seem less apparent compared to other speakers, especially depending upon what type of speakers they are, like Revel, Klipsch, even Polk. They're going to have a lot different top end than the Crichtons. So there isn't really a better, there's different. But I'll say this, the Crichton 1TDX is a fantastic speaker. And I don't think it's going to be beaten on bass clarity and bass presence for a similarly sized enclosure. So I don't think that will be beaten. Everything else could be up to personal preference, but the top end may sound more exciting on some of these other speakers. What is on deck as far as speaker reviews? So we have the Golden Ear BRX. It's a bookshelf speaker. We have the Polk, and I always forget the model numbers. The ES is the most affordable Polk floor stander. Have the Wharfdale Diamond 12.3. That might be it for now. So that's probably going to take us through June, and then I'll do some comparisons between those. So comparison for the floor standers. I might see if I can get those the prime pinnacles in. Those would be cool. How much do you have to spend on passive speakers to beat active speakers like JBL? I think you could spend probably half as much and beat them. I haven't heard a powered speaker that I've loved. Maybe there was one. There's an Empyrean Audio that was pretty good, but I still thought it was overpriced. No, for the money, generally speaking, for my personal taste, I think powered speakers are easily beaten by half. If you know like what to team up and stuff. So I'm not a big proponent of powered speakers. I'm not saying they're not great. They're not good, but most of them have Class D amplification. So they're not my cup of tea. I think they could be eventually, but I don't know. I mean, take like a AIMA A07, strap it to the back of a pair of speakers, and it's basically a powered speaker. Same, get yourself a $100 DAC with tone controls. I think that's going to be most powered speakers, double, triple the cost. Ooh, I had some in the Radio Shack Lineam speakers back in the day. Thought they were very impressive for the money and great highs. Yeah, I got a patron that loves those Lineam tweeters. Listing on the Yamaha HS7 powered speakers. There you go. Hi from North Korea. I really enjoy your channel. Thank you. Hey, I know you, Minsley Skeeto. I've heard of you, man. I've seen you. I recognize the name. $10 from Nail 86.95. Thank you, Nail 86.95. Michael Lavoti. Hey, Randy, just bought one of your recommended IEMA amp speaker combos. It's the T9 and the Mookie E. Two ways. It better be good. Okay. I'll add in the monoprice 60-watt sub you also recommended. Michael, I think you're set up, man. I mean, that sounds like a decent little system. Don't expect it to be hit like 90 dB, though. But you keep them 80 to 85 dB, dial that sub in correctly, but you'll be surprised just how good it sounds. And what are you, like 120, 130 for the amp, about 60 for the speakers, so, or 190, another 70, so $260. You got a DAC, you got Bluetooth, you got a subwoofer. Not too shabby. Is your Roctopus related to Luzbot? I don't know who Luzbot is. Is that something new? I have a Roctopus right here. Yay! Roctopus. Let's see. Whew. I'm going from 3.0 to 5.0. Can I just put my new surrounds behind me instead of beside me? My room doesn't allow speakers to sit. Dude, you can put your speakers wherever you want to. Yeah, actually, some people think that a surround that is behind you, slightly outside of your shoulders, and then, or the listening area, slightly outside the listening area, and then like 2 or 3 foot higher than your head is like the ideal place for a surround. So yeah, put them behind you, man. No big deal at all. What's up, James Steedman? Do you ever heard the infamous KLH Model 5? No, but actually, I got an email today about them. They were supposed to ship out soon, but they got delayed a little bit. But eventually, they'll end up here. Hey, James. Hello from Canada. Randy, I would like a pair of Magnapan LRS Plus speakers with a Technics SU something integrated amp. What is your opinion on that? You recently reviewed the CD transport from Technics. Did I? I don't think I did. Last CD player review. So, number one, I've never heard the Magnapan LRS Pluses. I've never heard the Magnapan LRSs. And I've never done a Technics CD player. I got a little one, but it's a cheapo. It wasn't a Technics. I did an Emotiva CD player. Randy, do you content creation review full time now? Yes. Glad to see your channel doing so well. Love your reviews. Yes, John, about probably, February. So March, April, May. So I've been doing this for 3 months. Full time now. Hello from Ontario, Canada here. Hello. How to convince my wife to buy 7 pairs of speakers for 2 rooms? I don't know. Be nice. Sit her down and let her listen to something cool. You like UB52 for near field desktop use? Yep. I don't know. I don't want to pick them up because I don't want to drop them. Rest assured that my finger right now is touching a UB52. What's a good integrated amp for the ELAC debut 5.2? Probably the best bang for the buck. That's not Class D is going to be the Emotiva TA1. For Class D, you can look at IEMA DO3 or better yet, the IEMA T9. I don't remember what the sensitivity is on the 5.2s though, but I think either one of those would do just fine. Hello, Randy. Have you any opinion on older crown amps? Like older, like AB or Class D? From what I've been told, Steve Z, one of my patrons, said that the older vintage crowns were kind of like a poor man's Macintosh. So if you couldn't get the Mac, you get the crown. So I think the vintage crown stuff is very well respected. Isn't TA1 discontinued? Shouldn't be. They just came out with. Oh, maybe. Okay. You could be right. Anyway, TA1 or the TA100, whatever one is newer is the one I would recommend. But I actually would recommend either because they're both good. Hey, Randy, Crichton 1TDX or Boot Cart just reviewed. It's a good question. I think they have similar sound characteristics. I think if you don't have the skill set or the time or don't trust yourself, then the boot cards for sure. I think the boot cards have more placement options, but they sound very similar. And if you consider that you're putting $1,200 into the Crichtons before you actually put them together or finish them, then that $800 or $900 extra to get the boot cards may be worth it to you. Either way, they both sound great. They're both good speakers. Just depends. Just about the SVS SB1000 Pro for $499 from the outlet. That's the one I have, man. I love it. Disagree about crown amps, Stephen Gray. Stephen, we can't agree on everything, my friend. Would UB52 sound bad with IEMA A07? Probably not, but I don't know if the A07 would have as much juice as it really needs. The UB, oh no, wait a minute. UB52. They still want a little bit of power. Does using a subwoofer speaker high input hurt audio quality? No. Is the $100 watts per channel of the Vidar a worthwhile step up from 45 watts per channel? Depends on the speaker. Depends on the amp because most amps sound a little bit different. The Vidar is a very clean sounding amp, very good sounding amp. I like it. Personally, I like a little bit of thickness on the bottom end, but most audiophiles don't kind of like the thickerness on the end. What are your thoughts on IOTA VX, specifically SA3? IOTA never really resonated with me, no pun intended. I felt like it was a little bit lacking on the bottom end. People love it. People rave about it. I know a lot of other reviewers like it. I know some of my viewers own it and love it. But for me personally, it didn't do anything for me. Also, the way that the way that you had to basically jumper. Yeah, maybe it is jumper. To get higher power out of it, you had to basically combine two channels on the integrated, and then I think do something similar on the power, which basically means the power amp and the integrated are exactly the same. So in order to get higher power, you'd have to buy both and then jumper them. Just seemed odd way to do things. So yeah. Oh, Brock's making recommendations in here. Brock, you need to start your own channel, man. When are you going to do it? You said you're going to do it. Any truth to subs helping take strain off the main amp? Yes. If you have a high, well, let me see this. Let me talk about this here for a second. If you have a high pass filter to your main channels, then yes, it can absolutely take strain off your main amplifier. If you don't, it doesn't matter because that amplifier is still going to be sending the same frequencies to the speaker, if that makes sense. Really here for the sponsor advertisements. You guys enjoy those latest 2 sponsors? I had a lot of fun doing them. Beggar Lady says, I agree on IOTA. Do nothing for me. Consider the cheaper Yamaha integrated 501 and 701. Speaking of Yamaha, look at that baby. It's the AS801. Big fan from Ottawa, Canada. Thank you, Greg. You got me back in a 2-channel audio with the Emotiva Basics PT1 and ELAC Unified 2.0. Can you recommend a sub that won't break the bank? Well, Emotiva SE8, SE12, SVS, SB1000 Pro. Outside of that, you can look at the Polk PSW10, but that's lower end. JBL has a very nice subwoofer that often goes on sale. And then the Sony has a subwoofer that often goes on sale. So I would look at any of those. Hit my local hi-fi store last week, and since they dropped ELAC speakers, I couldn't see dropping more than $2K for a bookshelf. Kind of wonder why hi-fi stores don't carry more affordable gear, because they can't make money on it, or they can't make as much money as they want, and they would have to manage all of that inventory and things like that. I've been to hi-fi stores that really don't even have that much inventory. Really, it's kind of like a showroom, and then they drop ship it sometimes. So, yeah. Oh, Brock's giving more advice in here. Brock, you need to start your own channel. Brock, what should your channel be called? I forgot what your channel was called. Are those Star Wars figures the Black Series? Yes, I'm addicted to them. So addicted to them. So addicted to them. I'm such a child. But I find great joy in just looking at them. Yeah, I love them so much. I'm addicted. Like, Hasbro just dropped a bunch of new ones for pre-order, and I'm just like seriously considering like spending more money on. They make me so happy. I just put them up there, and I just like look at them. Hey, one of the points of this video, this live stream, was to start like, I know other creators like Steve Gutenberg does like viewer systems, right? So I was thinking like, how could we do that without just like ripping off Steve Gutenberg? So how about this? If you're on Instagram, and if you're not on Instagram, maybe consider getting on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, how about we start taking pictures of our systems, and then we use the hashtag CAM Hi-Fi, CAM Hi-Fi. It's not taken. Like, there's nothing else that's posted under there. And then what we could do is when people post up that and they tag it with CAM Hi-Fi, then there will be like a collection of all the viewers, yours and mine, all of our systems. And it would be a cool way to see everybody's system. And maybe like when a bunch of people post that, I can highlight some on the videos. So I don't know. Do you think that's a good idea? Cam Hi-Fi, hashtag Cam Hi-Fi. What do you think? What do you think? No? Yes? Kevin Gardner said he spotted my Kitika pair. Yeah, I bought those, Kevin. They did not send those to me. Love it. I'll join Insta for this. All right, cool. Cam Hi-Fi or Cam Hi-Fi? Cam Hi-Fi, no dash. No dash. No dash. Here, let me do it right now. I'm going to do it right now. All right, I'll go to Instagram plus post. No, I never even posted that last one. Nobody joined. All right. I was going to post a thing about we were going live, but I never posted it. All right. This is making me angry. Sorry. I can't figure it out. I screwed something up. Hi, Randy. Great idea. I'm in. Hashtag Cam Hi-Fi. All right. Let's try this. Post. I want to do that. And then I'll just do a little Akitika with the Gashelli Labs J2. Next. And I'll just put hi. Where's the stupid hashtag? Hashtag Cam Hi-Fi. All right. Okay. Share. All right. Fun stuff. Okay, I'll post some truly cheap audio equipment. Not just cheap audio equipment, everything. Like if you got a cool speaker or like a close up, like if your tweeter's cool, whatever it is, post it. Hashtag cam hi-fi. Let's stake our claim. Let's own that. Let's have a new community. So not just live streams here. Let's move this community not only here, but to Instagram. Angela got your turntable. So happy. Awesome. Enjoy it. They actually sent that to me. So that actually came from me. Don't share out my address, Angela. Thank you. So I actually sent that from me. Uh, do, do, do. I've never posted on Instagram. Don't feel like compelled to get on Instagram, but if you're on Instagram, I would love to see it because it's easier than like collecting emails and then putting all those together. We can just all go look at it whenever we want. Randy, you're working hard to get me back on Insta. Tristan, I get it, man. I was on it and like you can like kiss 5 to 10 minutes goodbye if you open up Instagram. Randy Bahina, got your speakers and love them. Angela Cook, I'm currently listening to Christmas music. Thank you so much. Christmas, I love Christmas. Love Christmas. I love it. How do you hear difference in different class AB amps? I turn one on and then I turn another one on and I use the same speaker. And then I go this. Oh, I listen to music too at the same time. Same speaker, same music. I equalize the output and then I go listen to one and listen to the other. And then I write down what the differences are. Does that answer your question? The wind I won on your channel. The wind I won on your channel. Okay. Deleted Insta account. Not planning to reopen it. Listen, I'm not saying reopen it. I've got no dog in this fight. I make no money off of Instagram. I just thought it would be fun to do something as a community. Because just like Facebook, Facebook can be garbage. Just like the internet. The internet can be garbage. Just like YouTube. A lot of stuff on YouTube can be garbage. But if we stake our claim on Facebook and Instagram, we can go there and have fun and not have to look at the garbage. Randy, any receiver can be good as moderate stereo amp? Can. I think that's what you're saying. The answer is yes, but it actually depends. My favorite AV receivers for music are Marantz and this new Pioneer. I had some older Onkyo and they weren't to my taste for music. For home theater, they were great. But for music, I felt like they were a little bit thin. And again, I like a full-bodied sound. What do you think about using a sealed and a ported in the same system? Like subwoofer? No problem at all. You just dial it in to whatever you think. Like, don't anybody think that you can't do something when people say, well, you need two sealed. Do you? No, you don't really need it. Oh, I need two of the same subs. No, you don't. My surround speakers need to match my front speakers. No, they don't. They don't. Skip Discord. It's owned by Tencent. Yeah, I don't know. I make no qualms or claims or want to support anybody, but I mean, I don't pay a nickel to Discord. Or Facebook or whatever. So even if you disagree with anybody's business practices, I'm just using these different platforms to help try to build a community and to be diversified with them so that we don't have to like just stick to it's only Facebook or it's only this or it's only that. All right, I'm going to have to wrap this up a little bit early because I've got a thing, a press event deal virtually at 3. So maybe 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes real quick. And then we're going to wrap this Wednesday live stream up. So yeah. What do you think of 2 speaker pairs for home stereo music listening? Yeah, I think, if you can not blow up your amp with, the load, stuff like that. People used to do it back in the day. Heck, Wharfdale did it with 2 pairs of Linton. I stacked them on top of each other, inverted. I was inverted. Top Gun. Thank you, Sithonium. You're welcome. Which model of Dan Clark Aeon closebacks do you recommend? I have only heard one, and that's the Aeon RT, which I think is very similar to the drop version of the Dan Clark Aeon. So that's the only one I have. So I can recommend that one. I like them quite a bit. Get a speaker switcher, much safer. I have one. Dustin. I think I know what I'm doing at this point, though. I've been doing this for a while, 18 months. So yeah, I got a speaker switcher right over there. I got a couple of speaker switchers. Can you recommend a good amp for Hi-Fi-Man XS? Oh, Shirley Labs, Arshel 2.5. I've also used the topping. What was it? DX3 Pro Plus. That's a little bit like harsher. The Geshelli sounded better with the XS. Hashtag Cam Hi-Fi posted. Yay! How do I look up? Here's the thing. I'm like telling us to do this, and I don't even know how to like look up hashtag Cam Hi-Fi. Maybe do I just search it? Let's go. Hashtag Cam Hi-Fi. See all results. Hey, look at that. See? Just comes up. There we go. Yay, look at that. Very cool. See, now we can do that. There's already a few in there. Feliciano, $4.99. Have some black coffee. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Cambridge AXA and ACC. Okay, is it? AXA 25 and 35 are good. What is my shirt about? Oh, this is a Seven Dust concert. Hold on. Yeah, it's a concert t-shirt from the Seven Dust concert. KLH Model 5 can be had for $1,600 now. Very good. Which speakers work well with the IEMA A07? Mostly anything that is not super, super low efficient. Drive most things. Drive just about anything, really. To its fullest potential, maybe not, but yeah, for sure. I'm finishing Towers 8 in carbon fiber. One in. Okay, we're getting some popping in here. Okay, I'm finishing Towers 8 in carbon fiber. One in Dayton 92 dB. A300 okay. Subs 300 watt. I don't know if I understand what you're asking. I see A300 okay. I'm sorry, I don't really follow this. Fostex T60RP is in my cart, but I'm not sure. Y'all got any comments about them? They're hard to drive. Oh, maybe not. I think the T50s are hard to drive. I don't know much about the T60s. IEMA A07 usable wattage. I think it's like 40 or 70. You can upgrade the power supply, though, and get a lot more power out of it. It's perfectly powerful. Make sure you have a good signal going into it, and it's good. Okay, you've got about 200 speakers in your house. Which two pairs are never going to leave? Well, the UB52 is probably never going to leave, for sure. And it's a tough one. Probably Wharfdale Linton. Right now. Those are my two that probably wouldn't leave. All right, gents and ladies and gents, I'm going to call this one a day. Great seeing y'all. Hope you have a great rest of your week. I love doing these. Don't forget, hashtag Cam Hi-Fi to see all your cool systems or anything else Hi-Fi related. Maybe action figure related too. How cool would that be? All right. We'll see you. Have a great day. Bye.